everybody, welcome to another episode of Fish Keeping Jamaica. It's Raleigh here. Now it's minutes after 8 in the night and I'm presently feeding my fish, right? But I noticed something with my ponds. Well, I know that this do occur, but I'm just punching it out to you. Whenever you have aquariums and ponds, you must take into consideration the fact that evaporation do occur. Now, as the sun, or should I say, as the heat of the day continues, what will happen is that the moisture that exists within your pond, the water that exists in your pond, right, it will be evaporated. For those persons who are unaware, whenever certain minerals exist within your water supply, or your source of water, right, the minerals do not evaporate. What happens is that these minerals, just like in the soil, go through a process they call capillary action, wherein which the minerals comes up to the surface and the water goes up as a result of evaporation, while the minerals remain steadfast. Now what will happen is in the case of evaporation and your tank or your pond is that there will be a strong concentration of minerals, including nitrates and nitrites, ammonia and other dangerous chemicals that may exist within your tank or pond. Now, as a result of this thing they call evaporation, what will happen is that your fish will have a higher dosage of nitrates and nitrites as it goes along. If this is not taken seriously, you'll find that your fish might seem okay, but as the week progresses, you will find that the concentrate of nitrates, nitrites, ammonia and other chemicals that comes from the waste of your fish is highly concentrated. As a result of that, your fish will die or suffer from what you call ammonia poisoning, right? You should be mindful of the fact that evaporation occurs and take steps so as to replenish water that have been lost as a result of the sun evaporating the moisture. That is one of the reasons why many persons who actually keep fish as a breeding mechanism, they keep them so as to sell them wholesale. Breeders, they do keep their stock in a shady area or in an area wherein its water is easily replenished, right? You should be mindful of this in your fish room, in your pond, that there is this thing called evaporation. If you have a drip system, you do not have to concern yourself with all of this, because what a drip system does is that wow, there's a snail here in my pond, right? And the snail will actually consume some of the microorganisms that may be on the side of the pond, right? I just got 2 tadpoles in the pond, and these insects and creatures such as lizards, frogs, and other insects, they do drink the water as much as you might see that it is insignificant, but it is significant, right? If you have a water system like mine, if you have an outdoor system like mine, you realize that it's really significant for you to check your water level, check your concentrate of chemicals that exist within your pond, so as to ensure that they are now. So far I have actually shared with you the fact that the whole evaporation process that occurs during the days, right, allows your water level to fall. Now my pond water have actually fallen for a bit, because some of these ponds are directly in the sun while some underneath the shade of the tree. Now some persons use lights and some persons use, when I say some persons use light, I mean some persons actually have their tank have special lights that illuminates at night, right? But this video is primarily about the whole idea of evaporation, but it brings to another topic the fact that whether or not lights, natural lights, or installed lights should be used in your aquariums or ponds. Now, I am a strong believer that if you're using lights, installed lights within your aquarium or pond, it should be structured in such a way that the lights will automatically be turned off and turned on at a particular time. It's really distracting for you to be sleeping and the lights are on in your eyes, right? If you did not know, fish do sleep, so therefore having the fish on the lights for 24 hours really affects the fish mental state. Okay, now another thing about lights is that you having an aquarium, right? The fish jumps a lot and you put a lid over the fish tank or pond, right? And they have the light that's shining down on the water, right? And you're not there 24 hours for the day. That means you'll be locking up the house for security, and you'll be leaving for either work or for other adventures in which you may have. Now, what you think will happen? Now, the heat of the home, whether you have AC, yes or no, because it is a closed space, what will happen is that there will be some amount of heat that is generated with the windows and the doors closed, right? And bearing in mind that we are living in a time that the finances is kind of constricted, therefore you want to blaze the AC high, meanwhile you are not there, right? You either turn it down or turn it off. Now what happened is that the concentration of heat will affect your aquarium, plus the light that exists within the aquarium, whether it be at the side, at the top, at the back, wherever it is. The heat generated from the bulb that you are using to generate the light in your aquarium will actually affect the water temperature. So you might just come home one evening and you see 3 or 4 of your fish actually floating at the top. They are dead. The reason why they are dead is because of overeating. And I say heating, I mean Heating, not eating, Eating, right? So overheating will result in your fish actually dying. When you combine the whole idea of the fish not being able to get any rest from the structured light, or should I say the installed light, plus the home is locked up, plus you might have a heater in the tank, combination of all, you might just find that your fish are gradually dying. Now this is a toad, right? And this is one of the problems I face with my ponds. As I said before, ponds do have these critters, and these critters actually consume your fish. It's amazing how these little things actually jump all the way up to the top of my pond and go into my fish container, right? These fish, they're not easily caught anyway, so I guess the frogs are not really looking for fish. They're just looking for somewhere wet to actually, wet their legs, right? So on a matter of natural light versus installed light, I would say as best as possible, go for the natural light. Place your tank or your pond in an area where in which the water and the tank in totality will receive natural light, right? And you don't have to be turning on and off. You save a lot of money with electricity, and you find that it works out for you, right? And when the fish is in the wild, the fish don't have any light that turned on and off, right? The light is natural, right? So that's it for fish keeping Jamaica. I hope that this video, although it have several issues in which I will explore in the future, right, I hope that you actually, oh, there's a dead fish here, and this is one thing that you must know, that at times, you know, say fish are dead. Not it. Today, the fish are dead, you know. Sorry for my colloquial expression. The fish are dead. Now the plant, and because it is night, the fish is going into a transition state where half of its brain is actually going to sleep while the other half is keeping it afloat. Well, that's it for fish keeping Jamaica. I enjoyed this video. I hope you did. We look at evaporation, we look at concentration of chemical compounds in water, and we also look at lighting, natural light versus installed light. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy the video. Remember to like, subscribe, and share. Alright, bye bye. We're out of here. Alright, cool.